Hey guys, Kryptex here. So this is a little bit different. What I have for you is kind of an excerpt from my live stream I did last Friday, talking about this new build I'm doing and a new container build. And so I'm very excited about it. But I had a live stream on Friday where I actually went to location, kind of showed you kind of the general layout, talked about why we chose that area, and some other some other things about it, why it was a good buy or a good move for us. And so this container build has been something I've been trying to do for a little over a year now. I've been working on it very hard, but I'm keeping it local because I am in an area where electrical costs can work for something like this. And so it's a good move. It's a good first step, and I talk about that many times in this little excerpt. It's the first step for us. It's not huge. We're not trying to break any new ground that no one else has done or anything. It's a good first step for us to make mistakes, because we will make mistakes. I've been daydreaming about this and make plans and so forth for 8 months, a year now. My plans will be wrong at some point. I'll have something wrong, so I expect that. I'm not afraid of that, but I want to make those mistakes on a small scale instead of a big scale where it costs a lot more money. I'd rather make mistakes small, so when I go for the second and third step, we have a blueprint that we know works. So that's the plan. Enjoy this. I apologize. It's in the camera's vertical because I was doing live. So I apologize for that, but bear with it. That's some good content, some good information. So check it out. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna jump out. I'll walk over and I'll physically show you where stuff's at. So here we go. This is the last time I'm doing it too. So if someone shows up after, they're screwed. Okay. Okay, let's flip this camera around here. Okay, so obviously there's a transformer. So the container's gonna go right in here. It's either gonna go in this little pit right here, or it's gonna go on top of here. It has to be 10 feet off the transformer, so I don't know if we can go on top. Or we're going to straddle it because there's a little ridge here, and so we might straddle it because we have to make little bracing and stuff because the container's got to be attached to the ground, and so we're going to kind of make some kind of bracing and stuff here. And plus we don't let the water run because there's a little trough here that the water runs through, so we want to make sure it runs underneath the container. But it's going to go out to in between these two lines, so it'll end about right here. And there's this pole here. We can zero that out if we need to, but we might not have to. But yeah, the container will go out to about right here. So it's gonna be butted up against where that guardrail is. It'll be butted up against that, coming out, and it'll end up about right here. And that'll be about perfect. And then over here, actually we'll go back in here. So where these propane stuff sits, this will be like an office. So we're going to move this. These are just propane storage for a different tenant that's in this building. And so I'll make like a little 10 by 10 office here, like my shed. And so we'll have the internet in here. We'll just run the internet right over into the container that's right here. So it'll be like attached, like 3 or 4 feet. So that'll be easy to do. Thought it was gonna be an empty lot. Yes, the plans changed, chump, and I'll show you why. That other place, it could be a step 2, but the guy kind of ghosted me, which is stupid, because everything he was asking I was okay with. But yeah, so that'll be the office. Container's gonna be plugged up against this, sticking out. Here's the transformer. Now here's why we chose this area. So this is 1500 kVA, 480, 277. So this is 1.5 megawatts. And in this building, this used to be a bread making building. So it had big furnaces and stuff in there. So it needed all this power, but that company closed down 10 years ago. So right now this building is only used for like a warehouse. And they use, on average, the 24-month average is 25 kilowatts. My shed uses 40, so they only use 25 kilowatts on average. And then this is the expensive part. So these cabinets with all the switch gear, all the breakers, everything else in here, these are each like $200,000.
okay? They're sitting here unused, unplugged into, no one's even touching them, okay? So we don't have to buy this. We don't have to worry about the container. We don't have to worry about the switch gear, all these breakers. We just have to plug into it. And so we just have to run the 25 feet to plug into the container. And we don't have to purchase that at all. So the reason we chose this is because the upfront cost is very minimal. Most of it's going to be in the container. We'll have some electrical costs as we're running it here, but that's it. There's no upfront cost. You don't have to buy all this and store it in a building or something, because that was the old plan. We're going to have a 20 by 15 foot little garage building thing that's going to be my office, but it was also going to house this switch gear. We don't have to worry about that. It's right here. It's plugged in. We just have to, plug into it, run it to our stuff. Yes, Panda. No one is using it. They're using less power in this big ass building than my shed. Okay? And that's their 24-month average, so that's not changing. And so we have plenty, all 1 megawatt to run one container without having any issue. We're actually going to run about 420 units. It's a little bit more than a container. We can run 420 ASICs. We'll see when we get that high, if we actually just stop at like 400. But we can get that much. And yeah, then I'll have a little office, have a bench in there, have a computer, have all the internet stuff in there, and I can just work in there, but I can see everything on the same network. Yeah, it's about as simple and plug and play as we can find and we can get. The tenant is happy. The power company's really happy. Heck, they wanted to give me a bigger transformer, and we just don't have space for it. We can't put more than one container here. And so this will be our first step. It'll be a learning experience. Make some mistakes, but make our mistakes on a small scale instead of a big scale.